Hey everybody, St. Paul Peterson here, and welcome to episode 65 of Music on the Run. This is our last in the series of the interviews that we did at the NAMM show this past January. Man, this kid is so talented. Wait until you hear all of this music this guy's got in his head and in his fingertips. Justin Lee Shultz is next on Music on the Run. Woo!
Before we get started here, do me a favor. Wherever you got this podcast, make sure you subscribe, give us a rating, and if you have time and you like what you're hearing, make sure you write a review. It really helps us get the word out so we can have a lot more people coming to the party. Welcome to Music on the Run. I'm your host, St. Paul Peterson, and I've been lucky enough to record or tour with people like Prince, the Steve Miller Band, and Kenny Loggins, to name a few. Music on the Run takes you behind the scenes of the entertainment business, and we explore how our guests survive and thrive while spending the bulk of their lives on the road. So sit back and enjoy the latest episode of Music on the Run. What's up, NAMM? How you guys doing? You having a good show? Well, welcome to the 65th episode of Music on the Run. My name is Paul Peterson. Back in 1985, a guy I used to work with, Prince, dubbed me St. Paul, and that's what they call me now, St. Paul. And I'm happy to be here once again, invited back by Electro Voice. Give it up for Electro Voice for allowing me this opportunity to do this. Thanks, Michael. For those of you listening at home, the NAMM show is where we are in Anaheim, California. This is day 3 of 4. And what it is it's a conference, a music conference, and it's the biggest one in the United States. And this has been so much fun to reboot this podcast and getting this opportunity to speak with people like Jimmy Jam, who just was in here at 2 o'clock. It's been just so much fun. Greg Bissonette was here yesterday. And we have kickstarted this back, and we are so happy to be back. I'm joined by my producer, Davide Rosso, in the back, making sure that everything works properly. And thank you, Davide, for being here, and all the folks at EV. Don't forget, if you want to hear this interview, it's going to be out probably in a month or so. We're going to stagger them as we do here. You can find any of this on my social media, St. Paul Peterson, or Music on the Run. And I want to let you know that we also have another thing that's been very, very cool. It's a series called Funk Friday. And every single Friday since the start of the pandemic, 202 weeks ago, we've put out a 1-minute piece of music with over 250 world-class musicians participate in this. And why do we do it? Literally because we want to make the internet a better place. We don't want you to be barraged for 1 minute. 1 minute, we want to give you something positive on the internet. And even after COVID, these guys still come around and they say, yeah, I want to be a part of this. So we want you to check it out. It's we're on our 202nd, I believe, episode, continuous episode, Funk Friday it's called. I got to get Jamie Lee, I got to get Justin and Jamie and all those guys on that. But without further ado, I want to talk to you about my guest. He is a prodigy. He's only 16 years old. Are you 16 back there? I'll make sure. Yeah. Tell him he's about to come out. All right. He's only 16 years old, and he's taken the world by storm. He's a multi-instrumentalist, singer-composer who is already fluent, and I mean fluent, in so many different genres. I saw this kid on social media and his incredible and talented family, and my mouth was just hanging open. I'm like, how does this kid know what he knows? It's just unbelievable. Without further ado, please welcome Justin Lee Shultz. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. What's up, everybody? Hi.
Have you guys seen some of the videos that he's put out? Have you heard him play at all? Well, I hope so. Yeah, he's unbelievable. If you haven't had a chance, Go check it out. How do we find you, by the way? Let's just get that out of the way right now.
So Instagram would be official_ Justin Lee Schultz, and Facebook is Justin Lee Schultz Music. So just like my name, and then
We'll find you.
it'll pop up. I think, yeah.
So how many NAMMs have you come to? Is this like the fourth NAMM? Or?
This is actually my fourth NAMM, because I was at the one in 2019, 2020, and then I came to 22, 23. This is 24, so this is my fifth NAMM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. What do you like to do at NAMM?
One of my favorite things to do is just like go around and check what's the new gear and just play around with it. And then I love like the spontaneous jam sessions that happen.
Yes.
And also like meeting people that I've seen online or have admired for so many years. Like Stevie Wonder comes to NAMM so many times.
Have you got a chance to play with Stevie yet?
Not play with him, but I've met him a couple times. So hopefully soon.
Yes. Would you consider yourself a gearhead? Do you like all the different gear that is offered here at the NAMM?
Absolutely. I geek out. I need to get more into like the actual specs of it, but I do love gear, and I kind of go out of my way to just make sure I was like, okay, what's this new plugin? What's this new guitar? So I do love gear.
It must be a little bit interesting trying to walk around the NAMM show for you, because people know who you are now, right?
Yeah, I mean it's really flattering, because it just makes me because everybody who comes up to me, they're like either they say my videos or something brings them joy. So it's really nice to hear that. So yeah, it's great, and I do like taking pictures and things. So it's really fun.
Wow, yeah, it's so cool that you take the time to stop and say hi to everybody. I've seen you do that before. I saw you also. I think one of the videos that I saw you spontaneously jam was Jesus Molina's.
Yeah. Jesus is my guy, he's my bro. We actually played together for the first time at NAMM in 2020.
That's right.
And that's where we met for the first time. We just, I think I met him by the escalators, and we were just going up to the pianos, and that's where we first jammed. So that's the things I like about NAMM. It's just like very spontaneous, and you can just capture really cool moments.
So we have something in common.
Yes.
You come from a musical family.
I do.
I do as well.
Amazing.
Tell me about your family.
So my family, my dad is in the audience. He's the guy with the glasses over there. But
Julius.
Yeah, Julius.
Hi, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, so he's a jazz guitar player. Well, so a little backstory. We're from South Africa,
right.
Johannesburg. So back in South Africa, my dad was a solo artist, jazz guitarist. So we were always in like a musical environment, because we'd either be at his rehearsals or his shows or just music in the house in general. And then I started playing in 2012. Before that, my sister...
How old were you in 2012?
I was 5 in 2012.
There you go.
Yeah, so before that, my sister was already playing drums a little bit. So she would like sit in with my dad at his shows.
Okay.
So he would call her up to play. And then when I started playing, it was actually April 7th, 2012 is when I like first started noodling around on the keyboard. I started playing, and then 3 weeks later, my dad had one of his shows in a city in South Africa. And he was going to have my sister Jamie come and like play with him. And then, so it was like 3 weeks after I started playing, so I started begging him for me to play with him. Like, Dad, call me up. Come on, man. Jamie is like playing with you. Why can't I? And then he's like, you've only been playing for like 3 weeks. And this is back when he used to like write the letters of the notes like on the keyboard.
Oh,
so
really?
it'd be like A, B, C. So I can like kind of remember where it was.
Yeah.
And then he was like, Justin, like the keyboard at the gig is not going to have those on it. And then I'm like, I got it. I can play.
Confident already. Huh? Wow.
And then he let me play. And then I sat in on a song. And then I think I got addicted to like playing to crowds. Because back then people started like chanting my name, and the crowd was like, Justin. And I was like, okay, this is what I need to do.
This is what I'm doing.
This is what I need to be. And then ever since then, I've just been going at it.
That's it. I mean, you get it is something to be able to grow up in a musical family. For me, I remember, I'm the youngest. You're the youngest.
I am the youngest.
Right. We got that common too. But what's cool about being the youngest is that you do hear music in the house all the time. And when I was young, I was always like, Well, I wonder what my buddy across the street plays. What instrument does he play? And what about these people across the street? And of course, not everybody plays a musical instrument, but all we ever knew was music, and it was what we lived and breathed and still do. And my family is still musical, and we're having a ball.
Amazing.
Let's talk about the unspoken communication that happens between family members. You get to play with your family, right?
Yeah.
Still?
Exactly. Yeah, I do. So my sister and my dad are in my band, and
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they play in my band.
I bet I'm sure you work things out in rehearsal. However, I bet you did give one look at your sister and was
that's so funny because we do that all the time, and we just know. It's crazy because it's tough for me to play with like another drummer that's not my sister,
Right.
Because we just have that like unspoken communication.
It's true.
So we'd be playing, and I just give her a look, and she knows what to do, and she knows my playing, and I know her playing, so
Right.
we can accent off each other. So yeah, that's like a sibling thing. Even with my dad, we have that thing too. I just look at him, and then he knows what to do, or he looks at me, vice versa.
So was your dad your teacher, or what was that relationship like when you were tiny? Was he teaching you keyboard? Or would he just lay stuff around the house like my mom did? There would be a guitar over there. There would be a bass over here. And then I'd just go pick it up. Sometimes they would say, "Don't touch that." What would I go do? I'd go grab it.
You go
play
touch it,
That's
yeah.
what we would do. Anyway, so tell me a little bit about your young, early education.
Yeah, so it was kind of different for me. We didn't have like things laying around the house, and we only had like a couple guitars because my dad was a guitar player. So in 2012, New Year happened, and then my dad's New Year's resolution was to start playing piano because he wanted to teach himself, just get like more into like a production mindset. And so he was going to play. And then like March, April, that resolution just like went under the carpet. Like he just stopped playing. And then the keyboard was laying around.
Sure.
So that's how I stumbled upon it. I think I just saw it. I don't really remember like the exact day, but I know I saw it and I was just intrigued. So I was like just hitting one note, hitting two notes. And then my dad saw me doing that. And he was like, "Oh, okay." So since he knows the music industry, he didn't want me to play because he's like, music industry is like, it's messed up. And
I can relate with that.
Yeah, so he's
I
like,
have kids in the music industry too, so I get it.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't want my kids to play. So what he did to discourage me from playing is he gave me jazz standards to learn.
Ooh.
So he started me off with Satin Doll, Duke Ellington.
Yep.
And then I learned that, and I was playing that. And then I think a day later he gave me like Autumn Leaves. So I learned Autumn Leaves. And then the final like stretch before he was like, "Okay, you can play," is he gave me Giant Steps by John Coltrane.
No, you didn't. That's
At 5,
just mean, man. That's just mean.
So he gave me that to discourage me, and then he was like, "Okay, dude, if you can play Giant Steps, then I'll let you play piano. Then I'll let you do this if you really want to do it." So then I learned Giant Steps, and like I don't remember like a couple days or a day or two, and then
Who learns Giant Steps in 2 days?
so then I learned it. And then he was like, oh wow. And then I started transcribing like the John Coltrane solo. So then I was playing the solo.
You were transcribing them? As in writing them?
No, I was just doing it by ear. So then I was playing it by ear.
So explain to my listeners who may not be music aficionados,
Yeah.
what does it mean to play by ear?
So basically, playing by ear is kind of like you hearing a song or something and just kind of like figuring out what the chords are just by hearing it. So when I was 5, that's what I was doing. I was like listening to records, and I would be trying to just figure out what the chords are.
You could work it out.
Yeah, I could work it out.
You'd hear it and you could play it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How does that happen? I mean, that's got to be just a gift.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I remember just like being able to just figure out what these chords are and just hear certain things, and then over time it just got easier and easier as I practiced.
Well, that's environment as well. It's what you're surrounded with.
For sure, yeah.
What's going on in the house. So what kind of stuff was your dad playing in the house at that point in time?
Yeah, so a lot of like George Benson, a lot of the band Foreplay, like Bob James, Nathan
Sure.
East. Who else were you playing? Oh, a lot of Stevie Wonder. And then also Michael Jackson. So those are like my early like influences, and they're still my influences today. And then I used to listen to a lot of like Chick Corea as well.
Right.
And then over time, I got into like Herbie, and I got into
Yeah.
like all these like jazz pianists and stuff.
So all these things you're listening to, and you're working it out on the keyboard, and your dad, I'm sure, is encouraging you at this point to go, oh, that's cool, but here's something else you can do.
Yeah.
Come on stage. He's honing your chops, as we say in the industry. What my mom used to do is she would throw us to the wolves. She'd say, okay, yeah, you can come on this gig. No rehearsal, you just have to play.
Yeah.
I'd be playing based on, let's say, Satin Doll or something, and she was a great keyboard player. She'd make me take a solo, and I didn't know the changes. So I'd try to play through the changes. I'd be sweating, and I was your age.
Yeah.
And I'd finally get through the end of the chorus, and it would be time for someone else to solo.
Yeah.
She'd look at me and go, play it again. So I'd have to go through the whole set of changes again, and that was just the way she taught us. She threw us to the wolves. It sounds like it's something similar for you as well, and because you've been in situations now, especially now,
Yeah.
with some of these people who you grew up listening to. You've gotten to play with so many of these people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Whom have you gotten to play with recently that has blown your mind?
Blown my mind.
We're going to take a little break from the interview right now because I want to tell you about a couple of really cool things. First of all, we're having so much fun with our weekly 1-minute funk jams called Funk Friday. We've had so many world-class musicians on Funk Friday, including members of the Steve Miller Band, Fleetwood Mac, Daryl Hall and John Oates, Earth, Wind & Fire, just to name a few. You can check that out on all of our social media, but you can also see it on our YouTube channel. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of our members who have supported us on Patreon. Don't know what Patreon is? Go to www.patreon.com/Music on the Run podcast, and there you'll get all sorts of information on how you can financially help us produce this podcast. There are all kinds of incentives listed there on the website, and there are many different levels on how you can become involved. We could not put on this podcast without our patrons. All right.
That has blown your mind.
Blown my mind. I'll tell you some people I got to meet and play with. So I think, was it our first NAMM that Quincy Jones invited me to his house?
No.
Yeah. So then we went over to his house, and then I played on his piano for him, which is also like very nerve-wracking. But
it was.
At that time, I don't think I realized the magnitude of who Quincy was. I knew like he produced like Michael's records, but I didn't like kind of process it because I was like 10 or 11 or something like that. So I didn't process like how big that was. Yeah. So it was funny because when we left his house, I'm like, all right, Dad, what are we going to eat? And then my dad's like, dude, you got to process this. Like, you know how big Quincy Jones is?
Yeah.
So he's definitely one of my idols that I got to meet. I got to play with, I got to play for George Benson. We were playing on the same festival, and then I brought my like GB10 because I had like Ibanez, like his signature guitar.
Yes.
And then we had a cool moment because we were staying at the same hotel, and I saw him at the hotel.
Oh.
And then I just kind of went up to him, me and my dad, and then I busted out my GB10, and then we were talking, and then I played for him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure, I know George.
Yeah, and then he took my guitar, and then he started playing on it, and then we were exchanging licks and stuff, and then he signed my guitar for me.
He signed my guitar too.
Yeah?
I did a record with him at Paisley Park Studios
So dope.
in the mid-'90s. George is the nicest man, and I'm not surprised at all that he, took a shine to you and your whole family. He's just an amazing musician, isn't he?
So dope, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think one of my other influences would be, like my two favorite artists are Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. So I got to meet Stevie Wonder a couple times, which was such a blessing.
Yes.
And yeah, some of the younger people I've gotten to play with, like Jacob Collier.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah, he's one of my friends. T-Pain, JoJo. It's really cool because like social media opened up like a whole new way of connecting with musicians and stuff. So
well, right.
It's cool. We get to like connect through there and then meet up in real life and play it out. So music is really like a beautiful thing. You get to it's like universal language that you could just speak with other people.
How vital has social media been in people discovering you? I mean, I already know the answer to that, but
Oh yeah, very vital. It's like so it really opened up a huge door for me to just reach more people. I remember I think I started posting things when we moved to the States back in 2015.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when we were just I think we were just posting it so like some friends could see it or some family, like on YouTube.
Right.
We just like post me and my sister playing like Spain, Chicoria, or some standards or some covers and stuff. And then we'd post it to YouTube, Instagram. But what really like sparked my videos getting views and stuff was when I started using like the talk box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I remember in like 2019 I did a video that I was covering 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars, but I was doing like the intro with the talk box, and that kind of got a lot of attention. So then from there I was doing a lot of those talk box videos, and then in the pandemic is when I got bored with myself just with piano. So then I started like playing different instruments and just starting out with that. So it's been cool just putting my stuff out there and then it getting attention. It's really nice.
Right. And certain people called you and like, I mean, if they probably did what I did was like, who are these people? What? They're aliens on Earth. And I mean that with all respect. And that's the love that we have for the artistry that you and your sister and your father have. It's just been amazing to watch. Now, you said you play
Thank you.
different instruments.
Yeah.
But I want to know, you started with piano.
Yes.
And from a previous interview, I heard you use the terminology, you unlock the secrets of the instrument, and then from then on, it's more smooth sailing. Does that sound right to you?
So you mean like when I changed to different instruments?
Yes.
Yeah, I think since when I grew up, I was like exposed to a lot of different music.
Yeah.
I kind of have an idea of how different instruments should be played or they should sound or how people phrase with them. Because I wouldn't want to like come from a place where it's like, okay, it sounds like a piano player playing guitar. I want to sound like a guitarist, like a guitar player playing guitar.
So trying
or
to
a bass
figure out
player.
the concepts of what the instrument were.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think once I know my way around, like know where the notes are, then I kind of can go from there. That's when it's like more smooth sailing. But it's different with things like saxophone because you have to get like proper embouchure, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Tell me, are you playing saxophone?
Yeah, I do play sax. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that yet. I'll be looking out for that. So the same thing happens for guitar and for bass. It's just those are somewhat similar.
Yeah.
But yet there's so many intricacies in these different instruments that for you to be able to unlock them at such an early age, it must be freeing for you. I bet you don't have to think about it as much and you can just let the creativity come through you and you can just groove and play. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I try to get myself to a point where I don't really have to think about it, where I can just play what I feel. But I have to go through a lot of practice to get to that place where I have the facility to be able to play what I hear. But yeah, for sure, once I get to that place.
Talk to me about your practicing regimen, though, because I want to know. People need to know because all we see is, the YouTube or Instagram videos.
Yeah.
You spend time in practice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was pretty serious about practicing piano, but everything else was just kind of like watching TV playing guitar or watching TV playing bass or like arpeggio or whatever. But yeah. So I've been studying with this piano professor. He was first at Western Michigan University, but now he's at Fullerton College. His name is Jeremy Siskind.
Okay.
And before I started lessons with him when I was 9, I could only play like solos that I had learned. So if I learned like a Chicoria solo or a Herbie solo, that's like I could only play those solos. I couldn't like improvise like my own ideas. So when I went to him, he kind of like switched on like a light bulb in my brain to say like, okay, these are some concepts. So he gave me like pretty much all the concepts I use today. He gave me, and then anything he would give me, I would put that into my practice regimen. And then he would give me lessons like every 2 to 3 weeks. So for like 5 5 or 6 years, everything in my practice schedule would just be like what he's given me.
Yeah.
And I still take lessons with him today, but not as much.
You're busy now.
Yeah, so my practice routine now varies, depending on the instrument too, or if I have a gig, or so it kind of varies. But I remember the first thing that my piano teacher gave me was like, since I couldn't improvise, he gave me the major scale, like just playing a regular major scale, but instead of playing it just up and down regularly, just playing it in random order, and that kind of like unlocked my improvisation like mind to just keep going. So yeah, the practice regimen varies. Yeah.
To get to where you need to go, you need to not think about it, right?
Yeah.
It's got to become second nature so you can let the creativity come through.
For sure.
That's exactly it. All right, now we're going to talk about something that that's funny to me because you're 16. What does school look like for you?
So you know what? I was homeschooled, but I just graduated like early, like two or 3 weeks ago. Thanks.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was a good way for me to like work ahead. But it was like an online school.
Okay.
But it was just like regular public school, just online. So I had all my teachers, all my work.
Yeah.
So I could call my teachers. We'd have like virtual classes like on Zoom and stuff. So that's what I was doing. But it was cool because they understood like my schedule and stuff. So I could just like work ahead. So I worked ahead and then I graduated early. But my actual graduation ceremony isn't until June, but my work is done. So
nice.
I'm free. Yeah.
Okay, so what was, besides music,
Yeah.
what was your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject in school? You know what's funny? I didn't even like doing music in school.
Why is that?
Because, especially this last year, it's just like the assignments that they were giving in the specific program was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of, I just didn't see what the use of doing it was because, like they did this one assignment that I failed because they asked us to write like a 24 measure piece of like a piano thing with like a string arrangement.
Yeah.
So I did it, but it didn't make sense for the piece to be 24 measures, and I did like I did it in a way that it was like a polyrhythm. So I did like 4 against 3 something. I can't even remember, but it didn't make sense for it to be 24 measures. So I made it 20 measures. And then they failed me because I didn't meet the requirements. So yeah, so
now that's funny.
So besides music not being my favorite, I really liked doing science. Intrigued me, and I liked math for a good bit, up until it got to like
Music has a lot of relationships with math, I think.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
It really does.
yeah. I like doing English as well, but English had a lot of like essays and things, so that was very time consuming. So I'd probably say math.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what about the music business, being a 16-year-old guy, has surprised you the most? I know you've got a great team around you.
Yeah.
Are there things that you love about it? Are there things that you kind of are disappointed about?
Yeah. Something I learned about the music business is it's actually really, it's smaller than I thought it was because it's like, you meet people that like everybody knows everybody at a certain level. So it's been cool just kind of like navigating through that and just, I don't know, making the rounds and meeting different people and meeting new faces and just seeing like the culture of what the music industry is and how it could get better. So I'm really new to it now, so I can't give like a full in-depth answer, but it's been cool kind of just navigating through like what the different aspects of it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you think are some of the highlights from 2023 for you?
2023?
Last year.
I'm drawing a blank. I was like, what's happening in 2023?
You played with my friend Dave Cause.
I was on the
Tell me about hanging out with, now Dave Cause is an incredible saxophone player. He played on my second record back in 1991. And he has done beautiful things. He's a great
absolutely.
player.
He's such a great person.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I've known him for like 6 years now, 7 years now. We met because I was living in Kalamazoo, Michigan at the time. So we met there. He was doing a show, and then he invited me to do his cruise. So I've done 2 of his cruises, And then I just got off tour. He did his Christmas tour. It was my first ever time being on like a bus tour, like a full, doing the tour bus and going city to city. It was so cool.
You did the whole thing, huh?
I did the whole thing. Yeah, we
Wow.
did 26 shows in 30 days.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, so
Welcome to the music business.
Yeah. So it'd be like kind of like 6 nights a week and then a Monday off and then 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was Dave Cause, Jonathan Butler, and then Marcus Anderson, who also played with Prince. He was in Prince's band. And then the singer Rebecca Jade and myself as the artist of the tour. And it was so fun just like kind of learning and, you know, even aside from music, like going, I would bother people. So I'd like go say, what's the lights going to be like? How do you work this like on the soundboard? How do you do this? So I'm very curious, and I like to just go around and just ask people questions and just kind of learn from that. So it was a great learning experience for me, and it was so fun.
And those are perfect people to mentor you as well. They're all great people, great musicians, and they want to share knowledge with you.
Absolutely.
That's the cool thing.
Absolutely.
And the thing
They're
that
so
you,
open to do it. Yeah.
well, but you have to be receptive to it, because if some kids would be like, yeah, I already know, yeah, and I don't need that. But you seem, from the 5 minutes that I've known you, that you're the kind of soul who would be like, give me more knowledge, because all that's going to do for you is make you a better player.
For sure.
And a better person, to be able to get the influence from all these masters, coming into your brain, and you will make incredible music. You already make incredible music.
Thank you.
These arrangements that you come up with are so far advanced. I listened to that the other day, and I'm like, and that's yours, right? That's your arrangement?
Yeah, so I worked with this guy. He's in this band called Funkyard X, Steven Johnson. So he did that arrangement, right? Yeah, so he did it, and then we just like took that, and then we just made it our own. So yeah, I worked with him on that.
But these concepts of the arrangements that you come up with are really complex bebop theories. But you must be taking that from the knowledge that you've been given through your whole life and just kind of creating these things. Is that how that happens? Because you don't write them down. We already discussed that.
Yeah.
Do you put them into Pro Tools or some sort of a sequencing?
Yeah, so I work in Logic.
Okay.
It's just I've been using that since I was like 9 or 10, so I know my way around the DAW.
You got it.
Yeah,
Right.
so I use that, but it's really cool because I love just taking songs that are like well known and just making my own. I think it's kind of a weird thing because I can't really describe how it happens, because it's either like the whole arrangement will pop into my head, or I'll start working on it, and then as I'm going, then I just start hearing things, and then things just come out. So it's kind of, I don't know how to describe like my creative process, but it's definitely one of my favorite things to do is arrange songs.
Tell me about the record you made. Tell me a little bit about the process for you for that, when that came out.
Oh yeah, so I have 2 albums under my own name, and then I did a collaborative album. But my first album came out in 2020, and those were songs that my dad had written, like his original
cool.
songs, as an artist back in South Africa. So like early 2000s, he released those as like instrumental, but guitar is the lead instrument. So my album came around, and he was like, "Oh, you can have these songs, and you can do the arrangements, and you can have piano as the lead on those." And then my second album that just came out last year, it was more of my own writing and own arranging, and I was playing all the instruments on it, and my sister was playing drums on it.
Oh, wow.
So I did all the arranging and all the writing for that. So it's kind of cool just taking time to just grow in that and just not rushing anything.
Yeah.
And just, trusting the process of like, okay, even though this is not what I want to be as an arranger or as a writer, I'll
Right.
get there, but I just have to go through the rounds, and I just have to keep doing it and keep growing, because that's how you get better. So, yeah.
Every record will be different, and every record will be an experience. It's a journey
For sure.
from one to the next. Tell me what you have planned for this year. Are you touring now, or what? What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm actually working on my first vocal project. Where
You should. You got a
Well,
great voice.
thank
I heard
you.
you complaining about it. I'm like, what? The kid shouldn't be complaining about it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so I'm working on that. So that should be out maybe in like the summertime. But
Okay.
I'm just working on it, writing it, and yeah, so that's one of the big things on the horizon. And I'm doing some spot dates here and there. But yeah, so I'm just seeing where that will take me, because I've always loved Stevie and Michael and Prince, and for the longest time I was just like mainly in jazz.
Yeah.
But then like about 2 years ago, I thought to myself, I was like, I feel like I'd like to go into a different lane and do more with it, because I felt that I had more in me to like I don't know, like give out just for myself, like as a creative.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm working on that, just developing as a singer and as a writer. And yeah, singing has really grown on me. It's become a real passion for me. So it's up there with piano right now for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Well, I can tell you that I used to work with Prince, and he would have loved you and your entire family. And Jimmy Jam was just outside.
Yeah.
And he saw you and your father, and his face just lit up. He knows exactly who you are. I know you had met him once before, but
Yeah.
Jimmy and I are friends, and I said that I was going to interview you, and he was like, "Oh my God, that kid!" And I will agree with this. You are the future of music,
Thank
and
you
music
so
is
much.
in really good hands. And before I let you go, Evie wants to give you, Evie and I want to give you this RE20, which is
Really?
an incredible mic that you're talking into right
Oh,
now.
thank
This
you
is
so
really
much.
nice.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Put your hands
It's
together
so
for the
dope.
future of music. Justin Lee Shultz. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on my show, man. Thanks for listening. Music on the Run was created by yours truly, St. Paul Peterson. Recorded, produced, and mixed by Davide Raso. Video edited by Liam Wallace. And a big shout out to our fans on Patreon who make this podcast possible. We'll be back next month with a brand new episode. And remember, the future is in great hands.